use my affiliate link to support the channel down in the description.
Hey, what's up, guys? We are at Genesis Gaming, and we have returning guest and mod on the channel, Duel. What deck do you have for us today?
I have my MetaGamesGX profile.
Nice. My man recently went first place, and I just was able to catch up with him and get the deck profile. It's one of those decks that you don't see every day, and without MATHMECH Circular in the game, I know the game plan changes a bit, so I'm curious to see what your build's like. With that being said, do you have any shout-outs before we get into the deck profile?
Shout out the Shadow Realm and shout out Genesis Gaming where we host our locals. Always a wonderful time.
Let's go. How many in the main deck?
40 cards.
Sounds good. Let's see it.
Let's get in. Alright, to start off the list, we have 3 Chi-Chi Ignister. Chi-Chi on summon will add a level 4 lower Ignister from deck to hand. This is one of the 2 monster starters that gets you to the 1-card combo for the deck. A Chi-Chi is phenomenal. Absolutely love this guy. Second, we have Picari. Picari on summon adds any AI spell or trap card from the deck to the hand. And it can change an Ignister on our field to level 4. So that can be used for rank 4 plays, plus it adds a spell from your deck to your hand. Another fantastic card. The other one that can get us to the 1-card combo.
Sounds good. Also, can we move this mat up a bit?
Oh, like...
Towards me. Yeah, that's great.
There?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's wonderful.
Alright, after that we have 2 Doyon. Doyon on summon will add a Ignister from graveyard to hand. And when it's used as link material, it adds a AI spell or trap from grave to hand. It's 2 add-backs from the graveyard. This is basically one of the reasons you can end your turn with 4 cards still in your hand if you go uninterrupted. It's because this add-backs twice is insane. 1 Bururu. Bururu is a Foolish Burial of an Ignister. And if it's used for a Synchro Summon, it can bring back one of the other materials used for its Synchro Summon. Used for the Synchro Summon of the monster. So
pretty good.
Reborn is never bad. We have 1 Don Mari Ignister. You play 1 Don Mari, it is a Garnet. It is a brick. You send it off of Bururu.
Okay.
Because while it's in the graveyard, if you control link 6 or higher, it negates a card effect that your opponent activates. So you play the 1 brick as a negate that you have access to. It's just insane.
Nice.
And you get it there with the 1-card combo as well. So it's absolutely insane. After that, we have 2 Ignister extenders. We have Hiari, which is a spec if we control an Ignister. And we have Gachiri, which negates a Ignister on the field to summon itself.
Nice.
Or negates a monster's effect on the field, on my side of the field to negate it, to summon itself, my bad. After that, we have 2 more generic extenders in MATHMECH Subtraction and
Oh, we
Addition.
still have the MATHMECH.
You play just these 2 as extenders because if you do get interrupted, you need other cards to get you to your full combo. So these are just good as generic extenders.
Do you think they're still like so these? You like these over maybe other options, even with the circular band?
You could play other things and it would be fine. This is just my personal preference, just because they are basically free special summons. It just requires to have a monster on the field. Usually that is the case, and that's fine in my opinion. I think that those are probably the best ones. There might be better ones, and I'm not too sure. But these locking me into Cybers doesn't matter. My entire deck is Cybers, and my entire extra deck is Cybers
so
monsters. So the lock doesn't matter, so I don't really care. That's why I like these ones.
Sure.
That's all for the engine pieces. Now we have main deck monster hand traps. We have 3 Ash Blossom.
We love Ash.
Because it's just generically a great card. We have 2 Ghost Spell, 2 Nibiru, and 1 Effect Veiler. These are also small world targets, which I do have in the deck, which we will get to in a second. That is all the monsters in the deck. I have 2 copies of Ignister Island. This is the field spell that is like the sole reason the deck can have a 1-card combo to everything it does. While we have no monsters in our main monster zone, we can special summon an Ignister from our hand as long as we have not summoned a monster with the same attribute already. So you can't summon 2 fires from your hand, but you can summon fire, dark, wind, earth, water, light. You can summon all 6 different ones as long as you can clear up your main monster zone that many times. And the deck can do that, and it's awesome. We have 2 copies of I Meet You. This searches an Ignister by revealing a Cybers with 2300 or attack from either our hand or our extra deck. If we don't summon the revealed monster, though, we do take damage equal to its attack points, so 23. But this being able to search either Picari or Chi-Chi to get us to essentially what is the one-card combo is fantastic. You only need 2 of it because it itself is searchable off of Picari, and Picari is searchable throughout the deck, so you only need 2 of it. You technically only need 1 of it. I like 2 of it just because you can draw it sometimes, so you just don't need to search it as often, but since it's once per turn, you don't want 3 of it because it's so searchable you don't need 3 of it. Personal opinion, at least. After that, we have 2 other targets to search off of Picari's effect, being 2 Reborn spells, Idle Reborn and Fighting Spirit. This is a quick play Reborn spell, and this is just a normal spell Reborn spell. They each have a graveyard effects. This can protect Adignisters with 2300 or more attack from being destroyed by card effects, and if a battle is declared involving a Cybers monster, I can banish this and a card from my hand to add an Adignister spell that is banished or in my graveyard to my hand, except a copy of itself. After that, I have 3 Signet Mining. Signet Mining is just another copy of I Meet You, essentially. It's just get me to my full combo. That's basically what the deck is trying to do. Which is why you play 2 Small Worlds. Since it's once per turn, you only play 2 of it, in my personal opinion. Just because you want to see it, but you don't want to see it too often, because you don't want to have too many in your hand, because you don't want to have to discard too many cards. After that, Talents. I love Talents. Fantastic card in
Great
general.
card this format.
Because there's a lot of hand traps running around. So if you do get interrupted, you can Talents, draw cards, rip cards, whatever you need. After that, I don't have them on me today, but this would be 2 Crossout Designator because you do lose to a bunch of hand traps. This deck is very susceptible to hand traps, especially if they time it at the right time. There is one crucial part of this deck, and that's getting to the field spell, so if they stop you from getting access to it, it can be a pretty rough time. It's not undoable, but it's pretty bad. So Crossout Designator to stop generic hand traps like Ash or Imperm that would stop access to the field spell is very great. Called by the Grave because it seems to serve same purpose as Crossout for stopping cards like Ash Blossom, and after that 2 Impermanence.
Nice. So you like these ratios just to keep it like nice and consistent?
Yeah, it keeps the deck consistent without having too many once per turn effects, so you can't activate a bunch of cards in your hand. It should usually give you a good combination of cards. Obviously, you're still going to brick with any deck, but it should be the best combination of cards that at least I've come up with through playtesting. It's what I prefer the most.
Sounds good. Let's see the extra deck.
Obvious 15 card extra deck. No reason not to use all 15. This is supposed to be over here. So I have mine kind of sorted in a weird way of how I go through the 1 card combo, but we can take this apart real quick. So we have 2 Dark Infant. You need 2 for the 1 card combo, 1 on your initial normal summon and 1 later for its secondary effect. But on summon, it adds the field spell from your deck to your hand, which is fantastic because this card is everything. It gets you to the entire 1 card combo. I don't main deck 3 of it because I do not want to open too many copies of it, but I still want to have it. So I play 2 of it because if they do Cosmic Cyclone, it can bring itself back from the graveyard, but if they use Cosmic on it, you want a second one just so that you can have access to your field spell again, just in case you need it. Just because summoning from your hand is really good. The extra extension is fantastic. After that, we play Cybers Wicked. Cybers Wicked, another one of the cards we use through the combo to search Baruru because it is a Cybers tuner. So this can get us access to another one of our Adignister names for a field spell. Nice. Splash Mage because Cybers Extender. Transcode for the same reason. Brings back the Cybers from the graveyard.
Where's the access code talker? He'll
be coming later. We have Dark Templar. Dark Templar is fantastic. It says if a monster is special summoned to the zone it points to, it can special summon Adignisters from our graveyard, from your graveyard equal to the number into the number of zones it has. If this is the monster special summoned here, you can chain this effect to move it, and then it has 3 open zones to summon 3 from grave instead of 2. Because it says the number of arrows, so it does at resolution. It's fantastic. After that, we have... okay, this is still a bit messed up. I have a few more Link 2s that I have to go through. That's unfortunate. I have Link Decoder in here. It's also, this is the replacement for Circular's extra card advantage that you get. This can help supplement it. It does get us to the full end board, even though we don't have Circular anymore, which is very good. This card does make that fantastic, because you'll see why. Just it being able to bring itself back is, the extra bodies is what you need for the deck, and this card gives you the extra bodies, and I love it. It's great. After that, we have Yugioh and Crystal Heart. This can bring back Transcode Talker for Transcode Talker's effect, or just in general getting you back another Link 3 body. So this is fantastic. We have Decode Talker Heatsoul.
The GOAT.
Yeah, don't gotta say much about that Access Code Talker because Cyber Stack. And then after that, we have Firewall Dragon.
Is access code how you break boards with this deck?
You can. It is an option. It is. It's just an option the deck can have, because you can also make Firewall Dragon Singularity, which bounce cards as well. So.
Oh, you can go in Singularity in this deck. I forgot.
Yeah. So. Yeah, funny that the Cyberse monster is actually the boss of a Cyberse extra deck.
That's crazy, dog.
No, it could never be, right? No, never. So Access Code is just one of those options since your opponent can't respond to it, basically. It's a great option for breaking boards, but it's not necessary, because you can use your other boss monsters as well, so it's really cool that it is just an option. But Firewall Dragon, Singularity...
So does this guy come out a lot then?
Your end board has these 3 boss monsters on it. Terahertz, Singularity, and regular Firewall Dragon.
Ooh, doggy.
And it's a 1-card combo.
Are we going to see the 1-card combo wheels?
Yes, we can. After that, we have Device Worm, or whatever it is, that you send off a Neo Tempest Terahertz. So your 1-card combo gets you 2 negates in your graveyard on top of these 3 bodies on board.
Wow. And
also, Wind Pegasus Ignister. This can pop back row, but you use it for its engrave effect, because you use it throughout your combo. If they do out your board, this can bounce a card on the field. So you have some sort of follow-up even if they do break your board. But you don't have a lot of follow-up, so be careful.
Sounds good. Let's see the side deck and then get into that combo.
Sure. For the sideboard, I had a few different other crossout targets. I had DD Crow just because 2 of it means I can also draw it and use it effectively, but it can just be a crossout target. Same with Droll and Lockbird. But then strictly crossout targets, I had these because these also hurt somewhat. You might want these, but these are just generically useful and crossout targets. Same with this, generically useful crossout targets. This was Lightning Storm and Harpy's Feather Duster. I forgot them at home because I'm a dumbass. And then Evenly Droplet for other just crossout targets, basically. It was a bunch of different crossout targets because there's a lot that this deck can lose to. You gotta resolve the field spell, so I was very terrified of not resolving the baby. So I had a lot of different crossout targets because I didn't know what I'd be facing. But it worked. Could have built the side deck a little bit better, but who cares? I don't.
You won the tournament, guys. Yep. He doesn't need to care.
No, literally, I won. Who cares? So you start with Achichi. Achichi on normal summon searches Picari to your hand. You then use Achichi to link summon Dark Infant. Dark Infant adds Ignister Island from your deck to your hand. You then activate Ignister Island. I'll put it here just for simplicity. Ignister Island effect, summon Light from your hand. Effect to search I Meet You. Put that over here. You use I Meet You effect. You reveal Dark Templar. So you get to add a Dark from deck to hand. So you add Doyon. You then use these 2. You make Cyber's Wicked. Field spell effect, summon a Dark. Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. This banishes this for cost. This adds this back to your hand, and this searches Bururu. You use these 2 to make Splash Mage. Doyon to add this back to your hand. You go Field Spell Effect, summon Bururu. Bururu effect. Send Donmari. Splash Mage effect. Bring back Doyon. Then you use these 2 to make Transcode Talker. Transcode Talker. bring back splash. You'll understand why this happened in a second. Alright, we'll make Dark Templar here. We'll use the field spell effect to summon a fire from our hand since we haven't yet this turn. We'll use a Chi-Chi to summon Dark Infant. Dark Templar effect. Chain Dark Infant. This is like Thunder Dragon Colossus, so be careful. If your opponent has a response, you cannot chain Dark Infant.
Oh wow.
That is something to be aware of. It does work like Thunder Dragon Colossus, so a Titan. Be careful. So you move this. Templar will bring back Ururu, Hikari, and I think just Doyon. As long as you bring back these two, or as long as you bring back the tuner and a level 4, it should be fine. It shouldn't really matter besides that. You use these two to to synchro summon Wind Pegasus, Ururu effect to bring back Hikari. So literally just a free synchro on your board in place of your tuner monster. It's a tuner monster.
Had to get one of those in.
Yes, obviously. I had to. We then can use these two to summon Firewall Dragon.
First negate up.
Well, Firewall Dragon, add this back to hand. Because this isn't sticking around, you'll see.
Oh, yeah.
Use these two to summon G-Golem Crystal Heart. Firewall Dragon effect, since a monster left this, you spec this from your hand. G-Golem Crystal Heart, bring back Transcode Talker that you put there earlier. Then you go Link Decoder.
So many links.
Yes.
Phantasme would go so hard against this deck. Imagine going Phantasme against Ignister when they're like at 5 links on board. Just like, what?
Devastating. We can use these 3 to make Firewall Dragon Singularity. Link Decoder effect, bring itself back. You can then use a 3, a 2, and a 1 for Terahertz.
Oh my lord.
Firewall Dragon Singularity effect, bring this back. And Neo-Temperance Terahertz, send
Effect, yeah, to send the Omni.
device worm. So you have these 3 plus Wind Pegasus, Device Worm, and Don Mariad Ignister in your graveyard off of 1 card in hand. That also gets you a card back in your hand, so you still have 5 cards in your hand if you go in uninterrupted.
Alright, with that being said, thank you very much for the deck profile wheels. That was a sick 1-card combo, and congratulations on winning the tournament.
Thank you.
Hope to see you back on the channel soon. See you
you
guys later. Leave a like on the video for Wheels' incredible deck profile. Give him some love, and we'll be seeing you guys later. Bye now.
Peace.
A special shout out to the channel members. We have recently started channel memberships, so if you'd like to support the channel for $5 a month and get some great channel perks, including getting all of my deck lists early and some early videos, then make sure to sign up. You also get a cool shout out. So shout out to this month's channel members, Yeri Diaz and Foss Squared. Thank you guys so much.